You consider yourself financially aware. You've read the articles, you know what a Roth IRA is, you've listened to the podcast episodes about compound interest, you understand the math on paying off high-interest debt first. And yet, here you are. Same financial position as 3 years ago, same stress, same feeling that you're one unexpected expense away from things getting hard. You're not making the mistakes that financial education is designed to fix. You're making different ones. Ones that nobody teaches a class about, because they look exactly like smart decisions. A 2023 behavioral economics study found that people who score highest on financial literacy tests are no more likely to build wealth than people with average financial knowledge. In some categories, they're worse, because knowledge and behavior are two completely different problems. And the gap between them is where most 30-plus lose the game. In this video, why smart people keep repeating the same financial mistakes. The 3 cognitive traps that hit hardest when you actually know what you're doing. And the one shift that breaks the pattern for good. The math doesn't lie. People do. Let me start with the thing that bothers me most about this topic. The standard advice is educate yourself. Learn how money works. Read the books, take the course, and then, automatically, you'll make better decisions.
That's not how it works.
In fact, there's a very specific way that financial knowledge backfires. And it happens most often to people in their 30s who consider themselves reasonably informed. It's called the Sophistication Trap. The more you know about a financial topic, the more confident you become in your ability to navigate it, including in situations where that confidence is not justified. Research by Anna Maria Lusardi at George Washington University found that financial sophistication correlates with higher rates of certain risky behaviors, more complex investment products, more active trading, more leverage. People who knew the most about investing were in some cases taking on the most avoidable risk. Smart people don't make dumb mistakes. They make sophisticated versions of dumb mistakes. And sophisticated mistakes are harder to see, harder to admit, and harder to fix. Here's what that looks like in practice. The dumb version of overspending is buying something you can't afford. The smart version is optimizing your spending so precisely that you never build a margin of safety. The dumb version of not investing is putting your money in a savings account. The smart version is spending 6 months researching the perfect investment strategy and not investing anything while you research. The dumb version of debt is running up credit cards on consumption. The smart version is taking on a car payment, a home equity line, and 2 subscriptions that bill annually, each one justified individually, and never calculating what they cost together. Trap 1. Knowing too much to decide. This is the one I've done the most personally. You open a brokerage account, you start reading about index funds versus ETFs, about expense ratios, about tax loss harvesting, about whether to prioritize the 401k match or the Roth, about rebalancing frequency, about whether now is a good time given interest rates and inflation. And 6 months later, nothing is invested. A 2022 study from Vanguard on investor behavior found that the average person who spent more than 90 days researching before opening an investment account invested 40% less in their first year than someone who opened an account and started immediately with a simple target date fund. The research period didn't produce better investment decisions. It produced delayed investment decisions. And delay is the most expensive thing in compound growth. Trap 2. optimizing what you have instead of changing the structure. Smart people are good at optimization. They find better rates, better cashback cards, better insurance quotes, better everything. And they stay exactly where they are financially. Here's the problem with optimization as a primary financial strategy. Optimization is a first-order intervention. It makes your current system slightly more efficient. Structural change, automating savings, increasing income, eliminating a spending category entirely, is a second-order intervention. It changes what the system produces. A study from the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who spent significant time optimizing existing spending were less likely to make structural financial changes than people who spent almost no time on optimization. The optimization itself provided enough psychological satisfaction to remove the motivation for bigger change. Trap 3. Being smart enough to rationalize anything. This is the most dangerous trap, and the hardest to admit. When you understand financial concepts well, you're very good at building a case for any decision you already want to make. Behavioral economists call this motivated reasoning. It's not random bias. It's the brain constructing a logical-sounding explanation for a decision driven by emotion or desire. Smart people are better at motivated reasoning than average people because they have more cognitive tools available to build the argument. The result? Someone who knows what's financially optimal can construct a more convincing justification for doing the opposite than someone who doesn't know the rules at all. Every justified exception, the vacation you needed for your mental health, the car that was actually an investment in reliability, the course that was going to pay off, is motivated reasoning in professional dress. Here's the uncomfortable truth that took me too long to accept. Knowing what to do is not the same as doing it. And doing it once is not the same as doing it consistently. And doing it consistently in good months is not the same as doing it in the months when life gets expensive and stressful and you're tired. The shift that actually works is not learning more. It's replacing decisions with rules. The financial research on this is clear and consistent across decades of behavioral economics literature. Automatic behavior, pre-committed, rules-based, not subject to in-the-moment decision-making, produces better financial outcomes than even well-informed discretionary behavior. This is why automatic enrollment in 401k plans increased participation rates by 80% in companies that implemented it. Not because employees suddenly understood retirement savings better, but because the decision was removed. You can't make a bad decision about money you never see. Here's what rules-based finance looks like in practice. 3 rules, each set once. Rule 1. Automate savings before spending. Pick a percentage. 10% is a reasonable starting point. Set a transfer to happen on payday, before you see the money. Not after, before. The money moves before it becomes available to spend. You adjust your life to what's left. This works for people who know nothing about finance. It works even better for people who know a lot and have more income to work with. Rule 2. No financial decisions over a threshold without a 48-hour rule. Pick your number, $200, $500, whatever your threshold is. Any spending decision above that number requires 48 hours before you act. Not research, not analysis, just time. This single rule eliminates most justified exceptions. The motivation to buy almost always weakens. The need to buy almost never does. Rule 3. 1 annual review, not monthly optimization. Stop tweaking your finances constantly. Set one annual date, your birthday, January 1st, any date, where you review your savings rate, your investment allocations, your recurring expenses. Make changes then. The rest of the year, leave it alone. The urge to optimize is itself a spending behavior. It costs time and often money. Stanford psychologist Kelly McGonigal's research on self-control found that willpower is a finite resource that depletes through use, and that people who rely on willpower to maintain good habits fail at a significantly higher rate than people who restructure their environment to make willpower unnecessary. The strongest financial performers in longitudinal studies are not the most disciplined people. They're the people who made good behavior automatic early and then stopped thinking about it. Set it once. Let me be honest about something. The financial industry benefits from you believing the problem is knowledge. More knowledge means more courses, more platforms, more subscriptions, more reasons to keep consuming financial content instead of acting on the basics. The actual research says something different. The gap between where you are financially and where you could be is almost never an information gap. It's a behavior gap. And behavior doesn't close with more information. It closes with structure. You are not failing because you don't know enough. You are failing, if you're failing, because the system around your money is built for spending, not for building. And being smart inside that system doesn't help. It mostly just gives you more sophisticated reasons to stay inside it. 3 things to do this week. 1. Identify your last justified exception. The purchase you made in the last 6 months that you had a very good reason for, and that you probably didn't need. Write down the real reason you bought it. Not the reason you told yourself. The real one. This is not about guilt. It's about recognizing the pattern. 2. Audit your optimization habits. How much time per month do you spend researching, comparing, tweaking your financial setup? Take that number. Imagine spending half that time on one structural change, automating $100 more a month, cutting one spending category permanently. Which one moves the number more? Almost always, the structural change. By a lot. 3. Set one rule this week. 1 automatic transfer, 1 threshold rule on spending, 1 annual review date. Just 1. Rules compound the same way money does. Start with 1. If this made you think differently about something, subscribe. It helps more than you know. The math doesn't lie. People do. Next, I'm going to ask you one question, and your answer will tell me more about your financial future than your salary, your debt, or your savings rate combined. Are you a spender, a hoarder, or an avoider? 3 types, 3 completely different ways of losing money. And the math 20 years out looks nothing like what you'd expect for any of them. See you there.